surgery. Will he recover in time to get that case finished? Join us later in the programme and you can find out what happens.
I'm in Morecambe, famous for potted shrimp, kite festival and being the hometown of Eric Morecambe here. In fact, he took his name from the town. Well, like many British seaside resorts, Morecambe's had its fair share of problems in recent history, but it looks like things are on the up. It's a sea of change. Maybe there is some sunshine on the way. Well, the sun might be absent, but the winds of change have certainly swept through Morecambe, which used to have 2 piers and throngs of tourists. Now that's all gone, but the outlook for Morecambe is promising, with an action plan to regenerate the area. Well, the property I'm here to see couldn't be more centrally located.
Weird.
The railway station in the town centre, just a few minutes walk away, the beach close by, and you're right behind a supermarket. So, what do you reckon it's going to cost to get a 6-bedroom property around here? Well, have you got £30,000 to £35,000 to spare? No, that's not the deposit. That's the whole thing.
Because you can, when you mix, you can easily earn it.
Well, I fear this star may have fallen a rather long way.
Then you, if you miss it, you get to do a load of car battle wins.
Very low expectations.
To do it. That's
Okay, I can see some potential straight away. I love the fact that you've got these original features up there. A large front room, got an open fire there, stairs up to the bedrooms, etc. Rear living room there. I mean, it's a real state. Like in its day, I think this would have actually been one of Morecambe's smarter houses. At the moment, though, smart it certainly is not. Lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff here.
Let's see.
Yes, but
I'm getting sent the same.
We've got to look through this surface clutter and what the house might be. One thing it's certainly going to need is a new boiler. I think that's slightly repair. This one needs a serious clear out, safety gloves and a skip permit for starters. But looking through all this stuff, there are 3 well-proportioned rooms on the ground floor. Up the stairs to a loo and the bathroom, which is, shall we say, well ventilated at the moment. Then there are 3 of the 6 bedrooms. The first is huge, the second not bad, and the third is chock-a-block. I've got a feeling this one needs everything ripping out and starting from scratch. I'm afraid it doesn't get any better the higher I climb. Well, certainly some things have been living here recently, the feathered variety. And much more seriously up here, you start to see indications of real problems. Not even the dry rot. As you can see, it's a state. Obviously, there is a major problem with the roof, guttering, lead flashing, whatever. It's a bit of a nightmare. And the state of the property continues. Nice open plan feeling here. No window. And again, indications on the ceiling here of just how serious the problems are. Now, downstairs it was like, okay, well, it's a bit of a mess. Come up here and it starts to get really scary because it's structural stuff. It's the roof, it's damp, it's water ingress, it's pigeons, it's everything. Also, in terms of space, 2 little rooms, would you knock that through to create one big one? Probably. But it's one of those properties you have to start, get the shell outside sorted, and then move inside to get the house into some kind of state. But one thing you can say there on the positive side, it's big. In this case, size really does matter, because on top of the structural work, you've got to strip back and reinstate 6 bedrooms, a loo, and only 1 bathroom, which could be too few. 2 reception rooms, a kitchen, and just when you thought that was it, another 2 rooms on the lower ground floor. Then there's a garden of sorts to tidy at the back. And is it just me? Or is that greenery growing out of the wall? Deep pockets are an absolute must here.
Tell me,
So, what's taking place this size? Ideal for flats, you might think. However, the local council now have a moratorium
Have they
on
been
large
to have a
houses
look
being turned into
out
flats
near
or
Dr.
houses ultimately to
Personal
occupancy. But they
developed,
are
yes, no?
very keen
No.
that they remain as large houses. So, what are the downsides here? It's a big house with a tiny garden on a fairly busy road. So perhaps not ideal for families, but you can't deny that it's a lot of house. So could it have a decent profit in it? We asked the local estate agent for his take on this monster property.
The best future I see for this house is either for it to be renovated into a large family home.
Mike's can-do attitude. He's
What?
given himself 6 months to get this place back on the resale market. But what kind of a budget is he working to?
When I paid for it, I had about 38,000, so I've paid 25 now, like, plus the cost. So I reckon I've got about 10,000. I don't think that'll be enough.
No.
But I'll have to deal with that as it comes along.
How are you going to deal with it as it comes along?
Well, there's options that can, bank loans and stuff like that.
Right. Well, good luck.
Cheers.
And really look forward to seeing how you transform the place.
Hopefully.
Well, just because Mike got the property cheap does not mean he's not going to have to spend a lot of money sorting it out. In fact, the opposite. 10 grand really isn't even going to scratch the surface. Once he's found the surface,
What?
that is.
Got to say all else. Rumor when he left hospital.
You can find out how it looks like with this mammoth project later in the show. Coming up, this house in Derbyshire shows signs of cracking up. It'll be okay as long as it doesn't go through.
When they bought another property in Gravesend, Kent. In this Swanscombe property, it was Christine and their builder Chris who showed me around, as Dave was busy managing the golf club where he works. They were hoping their budget of $20,000 would allow them to build an extension or move the kitchen and improve the teeny weeny shower room. However, there were few options given the space upstairs. There was also some dry rock to tackle and a garden somewhere underneath all that stuff. As if that wasn't enough, builder Chris was facing some further complications.
He's going to have surgery.
I've got an open heart surgery.
What? Wait a minute, that's a bit of a curveball.
Yeah,
So you've got to have open heart surgery.
In 4 weeks' time.
So how are you going to work that
I
out?
will be out of the game for a couple of weeks, but I can't do a lot. But I've got a very able and willing team of fellas who will take the reins and get through it.
It meant that both Chris and the house needed attention. 5.5 months have now passed. Well, the exterior looks so much better. Clearly, Christine, Dave and builder Chris have added that extension. And just look how the ground floor accommodation has changed.
Wow, look at
The house has been opened up thanks to the new extension, which didn't require planning permission as it was within permitted development. Christine is delighted with it.
Well, I'm now standing in what was originally the old lean-to that was full of rubbish. We've decided to put the wall here, have the bathroom next to the kitchen, creates this nice long run of unit, which is easy then to design and to manage. Brand new built-in cooker and cooker hood. We've got this lovely skylight. This makes such a difference. Lovely bit of light, because otherwise it makes the dining room so dark. Over on this side of the room, this is the space really for the refrigerator and the plumbing for the washing machine. And I'll show you into the bathroom. This is a very small space, but very, very functional.
The original plan was to do the work in 8 weeks. However, Christine and her husband Dave were happy to wait until builder Chris was ready and able to finish the job.
Well, it's the same team as we've used for all of our other developments. But obviously, as you know, Chris had his heart operation right in the middle of this development. But I didn't want to swap it onto anybody else. I'd rather use the people that we're used to.
It's great to see Chris back. Obvious question, how's he feeling now?
Very well, thank you very much. I was
I consider myself a lucky man. I had to be off for about 4 months. Obviously, it took a bit longer due to my health, but I'm pleased with the outcome, and I think the client, Christine and David, are as well.
I was very worried that he was going to overdo it and everything, and I think he did at one stage.
He did, yes, he did try and do too many things too quickly, as usual, but he's fighting fit now.
Yeah, I think he's back to normal. So.
The dry rot in the front living room has been treated. Apart from this new fire, central heating and replacement boiler have been installed. Some of the house has also been rewired. The 2 bedrooms upstairs didn't require any major structural work. There's been some replastering and the windows were replaced. Although the dry rot was downstairs, the timbers in the whole house had to be sprayed and the floorboards replaced. That added about £900 to the budget, but the house now has the crucial certification if they decide to sell. So, what are their plans?
We're really interested to see what the valuation is going to be. I think it's worth trying to sell it, but if we don't get top money, I'd rather rent it for a bit.
And there's things happening in Swanscombe as well, isn't there? There's some big developments planned, so that may help the value of the place in the future. Hope so.
But if we sell it, we'll only go and buy another one, so...
What effect did the damp and the longer timescale have on their £20,000 initial budget?
A little bit over budget by about another 5,000, so really the budget came in at about 25.
Added to the £90,000 they paid at auction, that means their total investment here is £115,000. We invited 2 local estate agents to come and have a look at the property. Will their valuations prove to be the icing on the cake for this refurbishment team?
I think the extension was a worthwhile build. I think it extended the kitchen very nicely and obviously kept the downstairs bathroom.
First impressions are how big the kitchen is, how bright it is as well, what they've done to the property with the extension.
I think the standard of work is actually excellent. All beiges and all very neutrals. Very saleable and very rentable.
How much rental income could the house achieve?
I think on today's market it will achieve £700 per calendar month.
The rental value would be £700 per calendar month.
Those valuations would produce a yield over 7% if they get £700 per calendar month.
That's about what we thought, yeah. I'm sure we get at least 700 for it.
Is the house worth more than the £115,000 the couple have invested here?
I would probably put it on the market for 135,995, probably to achieve 134, 133.
I believe once they finish with the property, we should be looking in the region of £135,000.
That could mean a potential profit of between £18,000 and £20,000, minus the usual tax and expenses.
The resale value, 135. That's what we'd expect to get for it. Might market it at 140, but in the hope that we would get 135.
The couple have already bought 6 investment properties. Are they planning to add to that total?
I think we're going to carry on doing this, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll keep going. As long as we can find the finance, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
It's something we've always wanted to have a go at. And all the while we're doing okay, we'll carry on. Not old enough to retire. Not yet.
Today I'm in the hilltop market town of Heanor in Derbyshire. This place grew up around the textile industry, and many of the houses were built to house the textile workers. Some have fared better than others. So what will the one that I'm here to see today be like?
Despite those industries being long gone, Heanor's population has been growing steadily. Its proximity to Nottingham and Derby, both about 10 miles away, make it a handy commuter spot.
Well, the property I'm here to see today is a 2-bedroom, double-fronted, semi-detached. At a guide price of £35,000 plus, very close to the town centre. That's good for local facilities, etc. Let's have a look inside. So, double glazed door. Sadly, you can't say the same about the windows. They're going to have to be replaced. But straight into your front living room area. It's not a bad space, although I am seeing some signs of damp in this corner here. If that was new plaster and you had this white stuff on it, the crystals, whatever it is, salt's drying out, I wouldn't be too concerned. But that is actually very old, so that is a sign of damp. And oof, that's not good news either. A big nasty crack above the door there. It'll be okay as long as it doesn't go through to the other side. Yeah, it does. That could be a potential problem with some kinds of substances. Needs to be checked out. But this is the second of your front rooms. Again, not a bad size. Lots of light coming in through the windows. But you can see straight away it's a gut it and start again kind of property.
Okay, it's in a right old state, especially the kitchen, which has obviously seen better days. Those cracks are deeply worrying, but not unusual in this former mining area. It's obvious it's not been lived in for years. However, look past the obvious signs of neglect and you'll find a lovely old house full of features and good-sized rooms. Hopefully it will be the same upstairs, without the cracks, of course.
So, upstairs, and quite an interesting layout. Facing you when you sort of double back round the stairs is a very large bathroom and loo. And my guess is that was originally a bedroom, and the bathroom has been moved up here at some point. It's left you with just two bedrooms, one on that side, not a bad size, and another one here. Again, not a bad size. So, you've lost a bedroom. I think there's some internal modifications that you could do here. Maybe make that bathroom a little bit smaller, get that third bedroom back. Really, you want to talk to a local estate agent, find out what kind of difference it would make in terms of potential rental yield, or if you're buying it for yourself, if you really need that extra room, and then make your decision. But look, that's the old crack. Has continued upstairs. That is much more a worry than any internal modifications.
As with all ex-mining areas, you would need to do a survey to find out if the property could be subject to subsidence. So, with those cracks and the rundown state of the place, I'm looking for something to lift my spirits. I do hope the garden isn't a bricked-over backyard.
Well, at the rear of the property, you really do get a sense of the fairly run-down nature of the house, although there are a couple of useful places for storage out here, even an outdoor loo. But the great surprise is you come out here and look at this, an absolutely massive garden. What a fantastic find. Phew.
Well, the vegetation may be rampant, but just look at the size, all that potential, and at that £35,000 guide price, this cracking little house makes a very attractive proposition. It's been empty for a number of years, so time to find out more about the background story to this two-bedroom semi-detached house.
There was a plan many years ago, 25, 30 years ago, to put a relief road through Hena, which would run along Wisel Street, but now they've decided they're not going to put the relief road through, hence the County Council are selling the properties off.
This plan that was dropped has led to this place being neglected, so what's the best way forward to get it looking its best?
I don't think I'd look at changing the layout too much. I'd look to refit the kitchen, refit the bathroom, put as many original features back in as I could and make a nice feature of the garden because it's a very good size. I think if you spent £10,000 to £15,000 on a property like this, you ought to be able to get it into some reasonable kind of order.
The garden is a great asset, so once that and the house are totally spruced up, what sort of returns could the new owners expect? First, on resale.
Once renovated, it all depends on the quality of finish and exactly how good a job they make, but I would expect somewhere in the region of about £80,000.
What rental income could the house earn?
I put this on the rental market, I'd expect to achieve around about £450, £425 per calendar month.
Well, it's a substantial house, a few structural things to check out, but with a bit of effort, I think it could be a good place to live or possibly deliver a good rental yield. Let's see.
Luke, to find out what strategy they had for this place.
Luke, Paul, good to meet you both. Congratulations. Tell me why you wanted to buy this place.
Well, I've been looking for an investment property for quite some time now. I had my brother and my dad looking buying up.
Manchester bought it at auction for £25,000, but hands-on Mike wasn't fazed by the job ahead. He had a very tight 6-month timescale and an even tighter budget of around £10,000 to do this up and sell it on. However, he did fail to follow our golden rule for buying property at auction.
But I bought it out the auction without seeing it.
Why?
I just wanted to plunge in and get an house, and I ended up with this.
You know, you could just got yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you?
Yeah.
13 months after our first visit, we're back to see if Mike has spent his money wisely and improved the outlook for this Morecambe property.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while.
Wow, that's nice.
Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine.
Oh, that's nice.
Well done, Mike. Things are really looking up for this mid-terrace. While there is still a bit to do on the lower ground floor, it's clear that an awful lot of work has gone on here.
To start with, we had to get rid of all the rubbish in it. There's beds in it, couches. Like, there's loads in it. It took a good few skips of up 17 to get short of it all. So I got rid of that and then started ripping all the plaster off. So it's just like, basically, it was everything took out and then, you know, start putting it back together.
So, from the top, the roof has been overhauled and the 3 bedrooms on the top floor have been made habitable. There are now 2 good-sized bedrooms on the first floor, a loo, and Mike has cleverly knocked together a small bedroom and the old bathroom to create one massive family bathroom.
It made sense to make the bathroom bigger. I didn't think the bathroom would be that big off. It looked a bit lost in that bathroom, it is big. But it's better than that room being there because that was far too small.
The ground floor has been given a new lease of life too. The new kitchen looks fabulous and knocking together the 2 reception rooms has worked really well. You might even call it a great idea.
The fireplace looked alright and it needed a bit of repair, like, but I just thought it looked good and it was an original feature. So I tried to keep that, we just took it off and resprayed it and put it back, and it works now. You get some logs in there, it's alright.
But before you get too cosy in front of the fire, there's still a bit to do, Mike. At the back, it's good to see that the greenery has gone, but there's still a dividing wall to be built out there. As for the lower ground floor, well, this has had to be tanked. It all needs a bit more time to dry out properly, and then Mike can finish it off. He's going to leave this floor as something of a blank canvas, but there are 3 good-sized rooms down here, plus scope for a utility room, a loo and a shower room, so plenty of options. All this work's blown Mike's schedule from the original tight 6 months to 1 year. But was it done for that wildly optimistic budget of $10,000?
12 months down the line, it's about 32,000 now. I think it might finish at 35. No, that's what it is, that's what it's took.
A spend of $35,000 will see Mike's total outlay here rise to £60,000. We asked 2 local property experts to cast their eyes over the renovation. First up, the estate agent who saw the place before work started.
I think the owner of this property has done a fantastic job with the refurbishment. Very impressed with the overall condition compared to what it was prior to them buying the property. The kitchen and the bathroom, absolutely fantastic. So I'm really, really happy with what's been done.
The layout now works much